All right, guys, it's Julian Crypto, and today we are speaking with Sabi, Hungarian entrepreneur, YouTube influencer.
I don't invest every day, luckily, because I don't think that is manageable with nerves, to be honest. So let's just say I have two types of investment strategies. One is where I try to be as stable as possible. And on the other hand, I have the risk on assets, the risk on investments, which is obviously it's altcoins and shitcoins. So we are going to go there as well. But I think the most important to start with is the simple mindset. I think that is what people need to adapt. That was also a long process for me. And I always say that I'm halfway there on the road because I'm not afraid to buy into the big reds, but I still get greedy. I think that is our biggest enemy, the greed. And I think that is what most of the people are struggling with, right? To sell it, because when it's just pumping and everything is green, you just don't want to sell it. You always see another X, another 50%, another 100%. I always look at the daily because I want to see how the market behaves. What is the sentiment? The candlesticks, for many people, they think that it's just the market itself. For me, candlesticks are the buyers and the users, which are, right? They are the behavior of the market, of the people who are pushing the buy and sell button. And nothing here a financial advice. I think for the majority of the people, when the banks started to collapse and Bitcoin didn't crash with them, was like a light bulb moment. Something like that. Because that was the big question, right? Everybody said, okay, Bitcoin was only pumping when it was the generational bull run, the 10 years bull run. And if everyone starts to crash, if the macro is bad, if there is a problem in the banking or real estate market, then Bitcoin will just go to zero. Now, banks started to crash and Bitcoin started to pump. And I don't like to compare it to gold too much. However, I think Bitcoin at this moment proved itself that when everything goes to bad, that's when shit hits the fan, right? With the banking system, people will rather buy Bitcoin than treasury bonds, for example. Because one, they see it as a bigger upside. And the second, they see that Bitcoin proved itself. So that is the fundamental. I think if Bitcoin wasn't crashed until now, last year, 2 years ago with the China ban and Russia and India ban, and then they didn't ban it, and China now unbanned it, and with the regulations and the EU mining ban, which didn't go through. So I think we've seen lots of bad things, and I think Bitcoin is here to stay. If you are afraid of something, then usually you don't know enough about that something, right? If you start to map it out, if you have answers to your questions, whether that be a risky investment or not, then you stop fearing it. You stop just ignore things, and then you can make a good assessment of whether you want to go with it or not. If we know the big picture and we know where we are heading comparing to the fiat currencies, then it's this chart, this up and down is just noise. Two things I keep in mind all the time. One is where I think will be the bottoms, which comes from two sources of information. One are the candle formations, the trading analysis, and trends, supports. The second one is what I think the psychological price would be for people, for investors. We cannot put Bitcoin, Ethereum, the top 20 projects, the top 50, top 100, and the shitcoins under the same hat. I think when we say that invest what you are okay losing it, when we talk about Bitcoin, that can be a bit reduced. With Bitcoin, we have some history, we have some statistics, we have some market cap, we have institutional investors. So Bitcoin is a bit different. Now, if you buy a coin which appeared 10 days ago, the story is different. There you put your money, which you can lose. Now, I am not going to lie. I also buy here and there shitcoins. And for example, just recently with Chatcoin, I was lucky. However, I'm not a millionaire because I didn't invest money, which I cannot lose. If something just ran away, just move on. Okay, just don't try to catch the train because it's gonna end up with some bad feelings and with some lost money. Yeah, I think that's my 2 cents to the shitcoin pumps. If you can catch something, it's okay, it's good gains. Chances are that you will lose your profit in the next one. There are high chances for that. So be careful, and risk management. I think DeFi is something which is very important and will go up. DeFi for me is the basic where I invest coins which have DeFi. I also think that gaming will be a big thing, but gaming is already like a riskier. As you can see here with the altcoins, okay, now we went into many layers of how I divide my investments. And in the altcoins, I also have different layers where sometimes I buy a DeFi or financial payments, right? Projects which are working on. There are some metaverse projects, some real use metaverse projects, and games, obviously. Now we could see already that we had some mini alt season, right? Where we could see we could make some quick money. And for example, if all the stars are aligned, meaning that Bitcoin went up and it goes sideways and the dominance is falling, meaning that money is going from Bitcoin into altcoins, then I expect that some altcoins will pump. And for that, I will look at the charts, market structures, which one is preparing to go, higher lows, or the trading analysis. Tokenomics are very important because if I see that the market cap is 10% of the fully diluted market cap, for me, that's not the best, because I know that as soon as the price goes up, they are going to dump a lot of coins on the market. For example, if I know that there will be some kind of a big conferences, projects participate, usually they announce something and there will be like a local rush, okay, a plus 30, 40, 50%. Now, those happen not too often right now, but that can also happen. It's very important not to jump all the time. So you should have a pool. I'm looking at these 10, 20 coins, and then you are up to date with them. Because if you look at 100 coins, then you are going to miss everything. Having too many altcoins could ruin your gains because maybe you over diversify. You cannot follow. We don't have any more crypto experts, right? We have DeFi experts, we have NFT experts, we have the metaverse experts, Web3, so on. Therefore, you need to know where to focus. You should focus in only one direction, obviously, which is very hard when you are on YouTube and you would want to know and make video about everything. But yes, over diversifying is not great, but limiting yourself on only two things, that's also not good, I think. Our financial system is broken. That's clear for everyone. Inflation is killing a lot of things and our joy, most of all, right, and our budgets. Therefore, I do think that decentralization, as good as sounds, is not going to make it. It's not going to be as decentralized as we think it will be or as the project says. The only decentralized coin is Bitcoin. I think the bigger change which we will have is different categories, different industries. I think the gaming industry will be changed a lot, and that is a good thing. I do think, because I also played a lot. I still have my PlayStation here. I don't play it because I don't have time, but I still have it. And whenever they update the game, then anything which I gathered in the months and months, which probably for somebody who plays often would take like a couple of days only, it disappears, right? And I also can sell it. So it's like killing all the gains. Therefore, I do think that gaming industry will be a big one. But for that, blockchain also needs to improve, because if you just think, for example, that every small item needs a transaction. If I want to improve my gun, or if I want to pimp my ride, or whatever, that is a transaction. We are not there yet in terms of speed and scalability, but we will get there. I'm 100%. The other thing is the financial sector. I think we need a bit more transparency there with the fractional reserve of the banks, and that needs to be more transparent.
All right. So yeah, guys, let's go to Sabi Twitter, Sabi YouTube, and yeah, let's see on the next meeting. And then we'll talk about different topics, also about AI, hopefully. Yeah, so thank you, brother.
Yeah, sure.
It was a pleasure to
Thank you
meet
for having me.
It was really nice, interesting discussion. And I believe also that Bitcoin has a bright future, and we'll be observing it next couple of days, months, and even years. See ya.
Yes, thank you.